Good afternoon everyone. It's Monday afternoon and I thought I'd do you a quick update to what's been happening over this last day or two. As you might remember, I've been working on all those little fiddly details, putting on the tunnel lid and making lots of trees, ballasting the track and putting little bits of fresh ballast in, etc, etc, etc. Well, here it is. Tis done. Now obviously it's not completely finished in the sense of still need signals, still need catenary, but that will be done in time. That's not imminent. Okay. So you can see now the lid down there. That does come off and obviously it's been smothered with trees. The tunnel portal, like you saw on the last video, is attached to the lid. I think I'm just going to call it the lid. I think you know what I mean then, don't you? And that's just literally resting on top of that lift out section and that one. This is clear. This one here is clearly fixed. So that's that been done. And obviously that left hand section has had some trees fitted, bringing you a bit closer. A little bit of a rock face in there. I think I indicated I'd probably do that. There's not a lot I can do about that hard edge because it's a lid. It's got to be lifted off. So it's just one of those things. As is, there's going to be a gap all the way down there. And there are on many layouts, when you go to exhibitions, you can clearly see that a lot of layouts come in parts and you can see the join. So I'm really not going to worry. But anyway, this section down here has been scenicked up now. There's been 2 or 3 trees fitted. They're tiny trees, mind. And they did have to be trimmed. Otherwise the trains wouldn't go past. Okay. But I've removed the plastic back protective piece now. So as you step back, it does look as if the trains do pass through real countryside. Well, I think they do anyway. And this track here, as you saw, was ballasted. And if you remember, I used sand. Now, when I first put the, I put a coloured glue mix on, if you remember. I said I wanted it to be blotchy, but it turned out very blotchy. So what I've been doing is I took the airbrush and I painted a heavy grime down on this track and a lot lighter grime on that track to give the impression that this line had more recently been relaid, and obviously some repair work's been done at some point. Okay, not freshly done because I wanted it to look worn in, but obviously it's going to look more weathered as the trains start going over the top of it. Okay. Now, onto this section here. I'll show you from the other side in a few seconds. There was a lot of comments with regard to kamikaze trains and all sorts of stuff. Now, just to make this really, really clear, if you haven't been following for a while, you won't realise that the whole layout is going to be extended outwards. Okay, it is still a bit of a mess over there, and I'm not going to apologise for that because that's the way things are at the moment. So the layout will be extended. Piccadilly will go out, if I just move you across, straighter. Not completely, but it will go out straighter. And this line here, which we're referring to, is going to form a reversing loop. So obviously this track will come out and go around around, around, around like that. Follow my finger and then come back in on this track. Okay, so it will go single line. And I'm contemplating a station halfway round. We'll see. I have noticed Rosehill Marple is a single track station. I think it's a terminus as well. Maybe correct me on that. But in my world, it might not be a terminus. But I'll have a think about what to do there. But it would be quite nice to have another little station over there, just a small one. But we'll see. So you might be able to see that sign. I'll focus it properly. It says temporary, ready for proposed extension. I'll take you around the other side. There we go. Temporary, ready for extension, proposed extension. And to help people to realise that this is temporary, I've put some buffers on it as well. So trains can't just dive off the platform and hit the main line. But anyway, that's being more serious now. That's where we're going in the future. It won't be happening yet because it's not a priority. Financially, it's not a priority. So I've got to work out when I can do it. And then once I've got to that point where things are a lot more stable, then I can build the extension, because I will have to buy a bit more track, obviously. A lot of this will be obviously used again, probably not in this configuration. And what I probably will do for the time being, because I think we're looking months before I get around to doing this, I am going to connect these two tracks up, which will then go around the back, 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 and then we'll finally come out of that new tunnel portal that I've just put in, because I think it would be good to have trains coming out of Piccadilly and going to the new station, which will be over there. Okay, I'm still thinking of a station that could be. Now, I'm going to have to check this. Maybe some of you already know this, but is Marple Station on the same line as Rosehill Marple, or are they in slightly different areas? Could I get away with having that as Marple, which I believe is a 2-track station and then goes underneath the bridge, but in my world it would go into a tunnel? And that's, if I'm remembering correctly, there you've got the 2 platforms and there's a bridge going across and there are some cottages either side. Am I right? Maybe some people who live in that area might be able to tell me. And like I said, I was thinking of having Rosehill Marple on the reverse loop, because I believe, correct me again if I'm wrong, that is a single track station in a similar sort of format, to be honest with. I think there's a bridge there as well. So if you know, please drop a comment below, and that would be really good to find that out. Okay, I think apart from, I will do a quick running session, just a couple, 2 or 3 minutes, not very long, and just plonk it on the end of this video. But otherwise, this section is done. I will probably move on to putting the tracks in, going all the way around as I've just explained, and get this up and running, which I think would be fantastic. All right, thank you for following the progress on this upper level build so far, on the cutting particularly, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care, bye for now.